Welcome to the Market Domination Talk Show. I am your host, Seth Green, and today it is my honor to be joined by Frank DiMaria of Frank's Drainage and Waterproofing. Frank, thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me.
Now, you are primarily known for your waterproofing business, but you've actually got quite a few different companies. Can you tell us a little bit about each one of them?
Drainage and waterproofing. We take care of basements, foundations, outside, inside waterproofing, structural issues, cracks, and houses that are sinking. And then, of course, while you're in the middle of doing all that, you have to take care of the plumbing and heating that goes around the foundation of the house. So I opened up a company that has Frank's Mr. Plumber. And our third business is Frank's Dr. Energy, where we save energy and lower your cost of your energy bills.
How do these companies complement each other? It sounds like they were done on purpose.
Yes, every time that we're digging up for a plumbing job, the drainage and landscape company is cleaning that up. And every time that there's a problem with drainage, we go in with cameras and snakes and jet everything out. And then with the heating department, it's when we talk about heating, we don't just sell a box. We want to heat your house. So we want to find out how you're heating the entire neighborhood so that we can actually keep the heat inside the house. And so we have to go around and make sure that all the energy, as far as insulation, windows, is being taken care of.
That makes sense. How do you differentiate? There are a lot of companies out there who do some of what you do, a lot of different companies who do different parts of it. How do you differentiate yourself?
Basically, customer service. Everything is about customer service, doing it right the first time. And because of the size company that we do have, we're able to manage to have a customer service department. So when there is a problem, and there are, because everyone's human, we're able to take care of that an issue very quickly. Within a 24-hour call period, we return your call. Within 48 hours, we have someone back in your house if there is a problem. It's the customer service, and not only that, but we're not trying to sell just one thing. We're obviously trying to be the whole home service department. So everything complements each other.
That makes total sense, and obviously some intelligent design behind all of that.
Thank you.
Now, you have grown an incredibly large-sized company from literally nothing. I've heard it before. It's an incredible story of how you did it. How did you get started? Take me all the way back.
Okay. We 16 years old. It was snowing out, believe it or not, in Buffalo. And so what I did is I was able to I asked people if they wanted their driveway shoveled and make some extra money. And I was shoveling driveways. And once the snow ended for the season, they asked me if I would mow their lawns. So I was mowing their lawns, and about the age of 17 years old, I had approximately 100 customers at $10 a cut. So that was $1,000 a week. And as I was mowing their lawns, it was great, except in Buffalo, especially in 1989, it rained a lot. So I wasn't able to cut their lawns and make that $10. So what I ended up doing was figuring out a way how I could drain out their yards. And so we got into the drainage part of the business, so I was able to make my $10 a cut. And but we found out that there was a huge need for waterproofing in the Buffalo area, at least in the yards. And it was always an ongoing joke, well, if you can drain out my backyard, can't you drain out my basement? So about age of 25 years old, we got into the foundation and waterproofing part of the basement and was draining out basements and yards. And at that time, due to the fact that we were doing so much taking out basement walls and removing different things, we were able to, ran into problems with plumbing and heating. And unfortunately, there wasn't companies that could come out right away and take care of us. So I ended up slowly but surely hiring one gentleman who had a business and ended up making him my partner, and ended up just taking right over the plumbing division. And so plumbing and heating has been in with my customers for years. 3 years ago, I was able to get myself into the home energy audits, and it worked out really, really well, knowing that if I'm going to install furnaces and fix furnaces, that the opportunity was the government had a lot of funds to allow us to be able to do services on our houses backed by NYSERDA. And so we were able to work with NYSERDA and help people get loans on their houses by NYSERDA, and it's worked out very, very well.
So there's a whole lot there. I'm gonna make you back up a little bit, but first I want to go in reverse order. So first of all, for people who don't know, what is NYSERDA? And you talked about getting loan. Can you expand on all of that?
Sure. NYSERDA has a program that basically what we do is we come out and do a home energy audit on a home, and we go through, it's called a blower door test. And what we do is we make sure where are you losing your air throughout your house. And so we go through and we check out wherever you have openings in your home, okay, and where the heat is going out or air conditioning is going out. We check that, and we go from the top of the house down to the basement. And then what we do is for safety inspections, we check all your gas lines and your carbon monoxide. So it's actually the home and safety of your entire home. And NYSERDA, if you are a registered contractor, NYSERDA will actually pay us to do that for your home.
So as a consumer, I don't have to pay for you to come do a home and safety audit?
You do not. It's absolutely free to the homeowner.
So then theoretically everyone should have one?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. So now there are different programs that you can qualify for. So depending on your income, NYSERDA will offer you a couple different programs. You have an opportunity if, depending on what the cost of the job is. Now, first of all, you don't have to have us do the work. We'll give you a report card. You could do the work yourself.
Or hire somebody else.
Or hire somebody else. It doesn't have to be us. Oh, we don't play that game.
So there's no pressure.
There's no pressure at all. We're happy to give you a home report card. If you want us to do it, then you'll be able to get the benefits of a couple things. Number one, if you qualify for a furnace, you'll be able to get a 10% off the bill. You'll be able to pay a subsidy, which is 50-50 up to $10,000. So let's just say you need a furnace, you need air conditioning, and air conditioning doesn't count. If you need a furnace and you need insulation, up to $10,000, they'll pay for 50% of it.
So NYSERDA is going to fund half of my cost, hypothetically.
Depending on your income.
Right.
And then also if you're out of the income that may be a little bit higher than what other people make, they will then give you a loan up to $25,000 for a 3.45% interest on a loan for $25,000 up to close to 15 years.
Wow, so if I make too much to get it subsidized by NYSERDA, they'll still loan me the money at an incredibly low interest rate.
Yes, and we're going to go one step further, and my son, Frank DiMaria Jr., runs this division, but I will also let you know that there is another program called Empower New York. Now, Empower New York is something that's been very interesting, and I can't give you the complete details, but if you rent your apartment, and it's a duplex, it's a single, and you are paying the utility bills.
So I'm paying, not my landlord.
Exactly. You also will qualify up to $8,000 for improvements on that apartment as long as you're paying the utility bills. Now, the landlord or the owner of the building does not matter how much he or she makes. So you have an awesome opportunity to be able to do that.
Yeah, I would think that if I live in an apartment and I could get up to $8,000 of improvements for free, the landlord would be I'd be his hero, right?
100%, and we're doing it every single day. We have about 6 crews out every day doing this work.
So that's amazing. That's the energy part of the business. And you started as one 16-year-old kid with a shovel.
Yes.
And how many trucks do you have on the road now?
90.
90 trucks.
Yes.
So you went from one shovel to 90 trucks.
Yes.
How many employees do you have?
150.
150 employees. How do you manage the growth?
I have fantastic people that are working for me. And each division, I'm not going to lie, I'm not an expert in each.
Right. No,
I'm
nobody
not an
could
expert
be.
in furnaces and air conditioning, but I've been able to find one of the greatest technicians out there to run the heating business, and he's a genius. He's an engineer, but a genius in the business. I have one of the best master plumbers in town. Every inspector will tell you that our plumbing is just by far incredible. And then I have a customer service department. I have a marketing department. I have a sales manager that runs the salesman, and we break it all down. So everything, it's just like a triangle, okay? I'm at the top. We have about 7 or 8 different managers. Then we have our supervisors, and then we have all the great people that work for me.
When you started with a shovel to make a few extra bucks shoveling snow, did you ever think you'd get to this point?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
So most people don't think that. That's amazing that at 16, with one shovel, you were dreaming of something much, much bigger. Can you expand on that?
Yeah, I was able to meet a successful millionaire years ago when I was 16 years old, and he explained to me that you could either work for yourself or work for somebody your whole life. And he said the greatest news is that at 16 years old, you can choose what you would like to do. And I chose to work for myself and decided that if I'm going to go out there and work very hard, it's going to be for myself. Now that I not only work for myself 31 years later, but the most awesome part of it is that I have 150 people that I can work with that have helped me with my success, and it's been incredible. So to be able to touch all those lives, it's absolutely incredible.
I bet. So where's the vision? Where you go? If this is all part of your vision from 31 years ago, what do the next 31 years look like for Frank DiMaria?
Basically maintain what I have now. Okay. We're going to probably grow, a little bit bigger. We're going to grow. We're probably looking on putting on another 50 men and women, okay, in the city of Buffalo. And I think at that point in time, I think I may stay right at that point because right now we have so much work that we cannot continue the growth and to do what we're doing. So if you need a furnace, we'll have it in tomorrow. If you need a sanitary line, we'll have it in tomorrow. But as far as the drainage and waterproofing goes, people have been dealing with this for years. So we do ask them to wait because there's always going to be ups and downs in the business anyways. So we're looking to maybe stay at about 200 employees in the city of Buffalo.
That's incredible. Well, thank you for, number one, employing all those people and affecting all those lives, for providing phenomenal customer service to all of your customers. I am one, and you've always done a fantastic, very responsive job for us. And what about, I know you've been thinking about, because you've learned so much over all growing this large company from one shovel to 200 people. Any plans in the future to share that message, to share the life of here's how I did it? Because that's quite an inspiration, I know, to me and probably in many other people.
I am. I hope to do that when I turn 50 years old. I'm 47 right now. And when I turn 50 years old, I'm hoping to have an opportunity to be able to share and speak. And my ultimate goal is to write a book and continue with the company. I'm not looking to sell it. Most people, when they get to a certain point in their businesses, they want to sell their business and travel around and get to talk about it. But my ultimate goal is that I want to continue with the business due to the fact that I have such great employees. I want them to be having stability to be able to work there. But I also want to not only have the opportunity to walk and drive and travel around the country to not only talk about what I've done, but actually to give an example that people can come back to a city of Buffalo and see it going on right now, what's happening and how it's working. So that I'm not just saying what I did, saying what I'm doing, and have people come back from all over parts of the country to see what we're doing in Buffalo, New York.
I think that would be absolutely incredible. Thank you so much for being on the show. For folks who want to take advantage of the myriad of services you offer, what would be the best place for them to go to find you, best website, best phone number?
We're going to keep it simple. We're going to just say call 691-HOME, 691-HOME today. Somebody might know where that number came from, but call 691-HOME, and if you just look up Frank Services, you'll be able to see all the different services that we do provide, and make sure that I personally guarantee your satisfaction.
Okay, thanks so much for coming on the show. It's been an honor having you.
Thank you for having me.